Hi, my name is Stephanie, and my student ID is 412595588. This is my final project for Smart Logistics Operations. So my final project and my final presentation is Sea Shipping Logistics, how goods can move between countries. So first, what is sea shipping logistics? It is a global trade backbone. It's also known as sea freight, also known as ocean freight. It's the transportation of goods by cargo ships across the world's seas and oceans. It forms the indispensable backbone of international trade. A lot of cargo volume is moved. At least 80% of global trade is facilitated by this specific method. From crucial raw materials to intricately finished products, nearly everything you consume has likely traveled by sea. It is also a cost-effective solution, especially for large, heavy, or bulky shipments traveling over considerable distances. It offers unparalleled capacity compared to other modes of transportation. Some key terms you need to know. First of all, bill of lading. It is a crucial legal document that serves as proof of shipment receipt, a contract of carriage, and also a document of title to the goods. It's essential for claiming the cargo. Port of loading. This is a port where the goods are loaded onto the vessel for their sea journey. This is the origin point of any ocean leg of the shipment. Port of discharge. The designated port where the cargo is unloaded from the ship at the destination. It marks the end of the ocean voyage. Incoterms. It is a really important recognized set of international rules published by the ICC that define any responsibilities of the sellers, buyers for delivery of goods under sales contracts. They clarify who pays for and manages transport, insurance, and customs at various stages. A freight forwarder, a specialist logistics provider who acts as an intermediary between the shipper and various other transport services. They handle the complex arrangements, documentation, and coordination of shipments. So here are four types of sea freight shipping, which is the FCL, full container load, when a single shipper reserves and utilizes a single entire container exclusive for their goods only. It is typically chosen for larger volumes, offering quicker transit and fewer handling risks. LCL, less than container load. Ideal for smaller shipments where goods from multiple shippers are consolidated into one single container. This option is highly cost effective as freight charges are based on the volume and weight of the cargo space used. Bulk shipping involves transportation of unpackaged homogeneous goods such as grain, coal, or ore that is directly within the holds of specialized bulk carrier ships. This method is used for commodities it's shipped in large quantities. Row or roll on, roll off is a method for vehicles, with wheels. They can be driven directly onto and off the vessel without really requiring cranes. This offers efficiency for vehicle transport. Step 1, you gotta book and have some documentation. You gotta secure your shipment. Initial phase involves shipper booking space on a vessel. This can be done directly with a shipping line or more commonly through a freight forwarder who leverages their network and expertise to find the best rates and routes. Some essential paperwork includes the bill of lading, commercial invoice, and of course a packing list. You gotta define responsibilities with your Incoterms. Now Incoterms, especially agreeing on them, is very important. These are internationally recognized rules that clarify who is responsible for the cost and risk of transport, insurance, and customs duties at each stage of the journey, preventing misunderstandings and disputes. Step 2, you gotta prepare and pack the goods. First of all, you gotta make sure it's robust packaging because these goods have to be meticulously packed to withstand the rigors of sea conditions, including potential moisture, vibrations, and shifts during the journey. Accurate labeling. Every package needs to have clear, durable, and accurate labeling. This includes destination addresses, handling instructions, and any hazard warnings. Mislabeled goods can lead to significant delays and complications. Container loading. Once packed, has to be labeled, and goods are loaded into shipping containers, typically 20-foot or 40-foot units. Proper loading techniques such as even weight distribution and secure bracing are vital to prevent shifting and damage during the voyage. When minimizing risks, the effort invested in correct packaging and loading directly translate into risks reduced of damage or loss. This proactive approach saves time when it comes to money, and saves time and money in the long run by avoiding claims and reprocessing. Step 3, port operations and customs clearance. You got to transport it to the port and also export customs. Goods are transported to the origin port where they have to undergo export customs clearance. This involves some submitting documentation to the relevant authorities to ensure compliance with export regulation and duties. You got to load it onto the vessel with a crane. You got to also go through clearance in terms of for import customs. The cargo then proceeds through import customs clearance, where authorities verify compliance with import laws, collect duties, and approve entry into the country. Customs compliance is absolutely critical to avoid any costly delays, fines, or even seizure of goods, and the discrepancies in documentation can halt the entire process. Step 4. Ocean transit and delivery. First of all, the ocean voyage takes at least 15 to over 60 days, depending on the route, distance, and also chosen shipping line. Some factors that can influence this is obviously weather, port congestions and backlogs, geopolitical events or disruptions, and the specific shipping route that's been taken. Post-customs transport, once it is cleared through import customs, the goods are ready for inland transportation. They're typically moved by truck or rail from the port to their final destination, such as warehouses, distribution centers, or directly to consignee. The final delivery, the last leg of this journey, ensures the cargo reaches its final delivery point. Completing the complex sea voyage process, efficient inland logistics are just as important as the voyage. So here's some benefits. First of all, it is cost-effective, way more cost-effective than air travel. It's also high capacity, can often exceeds 18,000 TEUs or 20-foot equivalent units. It also is very environmental friendly. It's also very versatile compared to anything else. But here are some challenges. First of all, it takes longer to transit. It also has some very complex procedures in terms of customs. It has a lot of risks in terms of delays, and the packaging and insurance requires some robust packaging to withstand harsh sea conditions and comprehensive insurance to mitigate any risk of damage, loss, or general or average claims. So why sea shipping matters? First of all, it is the backbone of global trade. Sea freight underpins the global economy, enabling the affordable and efficient movement of vast quantities of goods that are essential for industries and consumers worldwide. Optimizing logistics, a thorough understanding of the sea shipping process and its associated terminology allows business to optimize their logistics, reduce costs, and mitigate risks, thereby enhancing their competitive edge. It is also essential for success with global trade that continues to expand. Mastering sea shipping logistics is not just an advantage, but also it is a necessity for any business that is engaged in international commerce, ensuring smooth and reliable supply chains. Thank you for listening to my presentation.